Good evening to all of you. Welcome to BYJU'S Exam Prep and welcome to this next session on Last Lab to Z 2023. So you have been with us for last few days now. We have been talking about the complete revision for Z. So in that series, of course, we have this session today, and these sessions will go on till 1st of December. That is the, 1st of January. I'm sorry. That's the Sunday before CAT. Okay. So I hope I'm audible and visible to you all. Can you all confirm it, please, to me? After that, we shall start with our class. Hi, good evening. Hi, Just Rain. Good evening. Good evening, Gaurav Kumar. Yes, I'm doing good. How are you, Gaurav? Good evening, Ramakrishnan. Good evening, Priyanshi Madan. Good evening, Yashasvi. Very good evening to all of you. Soon we shall start with our session as well. Let us just wait for some other people as well to join in. After that, we shall start with our class. Okay. So today's session is about DI. So how important is DI? Though I'm pretty sure of this, that if you are preparing for Z, you must have gone through the previous year papers of Z as well. You must have seen how important has been DI. Rather, if I talk about probably the last year, especially, probably it has been the most important till now last year, because last year we had 4 sets of DI in our QA plus DI section. So therefore, it's going to be important section for all of us, right? And that's what we are going to discuss today as well. You have already studied DI for CAT, so I would not say there is much difference between the DI that you have done for CAT and the one which you would be doing for Z. They are almost the similar. The only point is a few things which can be a little bit different from that. That's what we are going to discuss in our today's session, and some practice sets as well. Though there is not much of theory in DI, you know that. So it's more about some practice sets rather than discussing a theory on that. Okay. Yes, so I am assuming that everything is fine. There are no operational issues. Everything is okay. So Ramakrishnan says, can we expect 8 to 9 questions? I'll just tell it to you that what has been the, range of questions in the last few years. So let's start with that. Okay, let's start with that. Let me see my pen is working or not. Yes, it is working. Okay. So first of all, what is the weightage, as you are saying, right? So it's a part of your QA section. Different from CAT, because in CAT you have one special section as LRDI, whereas in Z you don't have logical reasoning as a section. Rather, you have decision making in place of that. A beautiful section that is not there in any other exam. And QA plus DI is one of the sections. So QA plus DI, there would be some DI sets and QA sections as well. The weightage, you can expect at least 2 sets of DI, and as I said, there have been more sets than that before. In previous years as well. There have been years when we have seen 3 sets too. There have been years when we have seen 4 sets too, right? And generally, if I talk about the QA plus DI section, the cutoff has always been around 7 to 9 in this range. That means DI has been an important factor, because probably in most of these papers, just by doing DI, probably you can clear the cutoff of QA plus DI section. So therefore, it becomes important for all of us. So how has it been in the last few years? If I talk about that, so what has been the trend? As I just told you, last year there were 4 sets. That means a total of 12 questions in 2022. Out of those, 28 questions were from DI only. That tells you how important DI is for you guys. Okay. Year before that, there were 3 sets. That means 9 questions. Year before that, 9 questions. Year before that, 9 questions. And year before that, 6 questions. That means in the last 4 years, you will see that the number of questions have been on the higher side with respect to 9. Either 9 or more than 9. The average has been definitely above 9. And mostly these sets have been of 3 questions. Of course, in some of the years, there might have been sets of 4 questions. So I might have written 9, but हो सकता है वो 10 रहा हो सकता है 8 रहा हो. There might be 2 questions in some sets, or 4 questions in some set. I'm not very sure of that, right? But the point is the number of questions last year. I remember that because I appeared for that last year. So there were 12 questions in DI. So when the cutoff is somewhere around 8 to 9 and you have 12 questions from DI, that tells you how important the section is for all of you. So of course you all must pay attention to this part. Okay. सो सत्यांशु कुछ कह रहे हैं, हेलो सर जी, जेट एस करना है, कैट अच्छा नहीं गया सर, ऑल द वेरी बेस्ट सत्यांशु, जस्ट प्रिपेयर वेल. Good evening, Aryan Sharma. So this has been the trend in the last few years. When I talk about the type of sets in 2022, we had one set of line graph, one was bar graph, one was box whisker, and one was miscellaneous logic based DI. Miscellaneous logic based DI, if I remember correctly, it was more of a table given to you, and there were some questions, and you have to find out that the answers given by some people were told to you, and you have to find out that which question is having which correct answer and which wrong answer. Box whisker graph, as you can see here, that has been very, I mean, innovative in this way. I would say that in previous years as well, they have asked questions in LR and DI which are, I mean, completely a new type. If I talk about the box whisker graph last year, it was actually the candlestick pattern graph that those people must have seen who would be doing this trading and all, right? एक कैंडलस्टिक चार्ट हम लोग यूज करते हैं ना ट्रेडिंग के दौरान. I mean, there is a bar given to you, and in between the bar there is a line. The top end of the line tells you the highest price of the share on that day. ठीक है, bottom one is telling you the lowest price of the share on that day, and then closing price and opening price are given by that bar. And if it is green, that means the opening price was high, closing price was low. If it is red, that means the opening price was low, closing. I mean, people who was doing this trading, उनको ज़्यादा पता होगा. I don't do that. I've just read it sometimes, तो मुझे पता लगा उसके बारे में. But that actually they gave you last year, and they asked questions on that. So they have been very innovative that way. So last to last year, there was a bubble chart. So that bubble chart was given, in which the size of bubble was also important, right? So size of bubble was telling you that how many people, population of that country, and then the left axis of that, right axis of that. So there are a lot many things which were represented by that. Even the color of that bubble was telling you something else. So there were lot many things which are important for all of you. Yes, yes, yes. Just and Ramakrishnan are saying share market question that was there. So they have been asking such kind of questions. नहीं नहीं, तबीयत ठीक है सत्यांशु. आई एम एब्सोल्युटली ओके. आई मीन स्लाइटली थोड़ा सा ठंड का मौसम है तो इसलिए आपको लग रहा होगा देखने में. अदरवाइज आई एम फाइन. थैंक यू बाय द वे. ओके. So now we'll be doing some practice questions. As I said, anyways, DI does not have any different kind of concept. You just have to practice it through the questions. So here is the first set that we are going to do together. After that, second and third set. That's how we'll be going ahead. So here is the first one. Please look at the directions once. Please read all the directions once, then I'll move ahead. I'm sure that you might have must have read it because it's a simple thing. A certain institute conducts an entrance test called SAT to shortlist candidates for interview calls. The SAT comprises three sections: QADI, DM, VR. So of course they are talking about that itself, right? Chali, we'll move ahead from here. More data about this. So read it thoroughly once. Shruti says, yes, that is going to be my savior test after the way cat went. I mean, if I just give you a fact which might help you, that is that most of, I mean, in the last 20 years of my teaching, so what I have seen that people who are not able to score well in CAT, generally they score well in Z. The reverse is also true. It actually happens, probably because they are two different kind of exams. Therefore, it might be happening there. Satyanshu, do not keep this in mind that if it is an incomplete table kind of set, it has to be difficult. Actually, it's not a different concept. So even on an incomplete table, they might give you a very easy set, right? Even on a linear arrangement where you might be very comfortable, they might give you a difficult set. So in LR and DI, you can never say that, okay, I'm not good at this particular area. You actually, it completely depends upon the difficulty level of the paper. नहीं, स्क्रीनशॉट लेने की जरूरत नहीं है गौरव. We'll be doing it together, so don't worry about it. It'll be available to you later on as well. So I'm sure that all of you would have read the table. The table shows the marks scored, maximum marks and cutoffs. So here are the all cutoffs. Here are the maximum marks. These are the name of the students. These are the maximum marks and marks scored by them, and some data is missing. Of course, we'll be looking at that data later on. So I'll move ahead from here. Okay. These are few more things. Please read them once. Sir, I got 92 percentile in CAT, but sectional is an issue. So focusing on Z now. 92 is not a bad percentile, Smriti. For sure, people get into IIM Ahmedabad as well at 92 percentile in general category too. Let me tell you that. Keep your fingers crossed. And normally, of course, in most of them, you get extra marks for being a girl. If you're a non-engineer, you can probably get a call from the top IIMs as well. That's pretty much possible. Hello, Srikar. Hello. So I'm sure all of you have read it. The marks scored by each of the students in all the three individual sections are natural numbers, and the total marks scored is the sum of the scores in the individual sections. The overall cutoff score is defined as the minimum score needed to get an interview call, provided that sectional cutoffs are also achieved. All the four cutoffs must be cleared to get an interview call. I'm sure that you have understood it now, right? So I'll move on to straight away the questions. These are the datas, and now this is the first question on the basis of that information. Of course, you need the table for that. So on the next page, you have the table as well. So please try to answer this question on the basis of this table now. I have only 65 percentile in QA. Yes, that might be a problem area. Even if it was 75 or 80, I'm sure you could have done it. But 65 काफी कम कर दिया स्मृति. 4-5 क्वेश्चन भी कर देते तो शायद 80 आ जाता. 65 means probably you got a score of somewhere around 9-10. Would like to see some answers before I move ahead to the next question or we start discussing this. Disha, there is no specific cutoff for GK because it's not a part of your scorecard. I mean your overall percentile. Aryan has got the answer. Satyanshu has got the answer. So I think we can start discussing this question. If Teja cleared all the four cutoffs and scored at most 3 marks more than the overall cutoff score, what can be the minimum difference between his scores in the QADI and VARC sections? So after that, I see Just has answered D, Ramakrishna has answered A, Yashasvi A, TechBite A, Ayan A, Gaurav Kumar says D, Guru Prasad says A, Bhavantla Lokesh has got A, Srikar has got A. चलिए देखते हैं क्या आंसर आता है ऐसे केस में. Teja cleared all four cutoffs. So we are talking about this guy. He cleared all four cutoffs and at most 3 marks more than the overall cutoff score. Overall cutoff score is 36. He got at most 3 more than that. That means his score is less than or equal to 39. His score is less than or equal to 39. And of course, he is clear all the cutoffs. So his score is greater than or equal to 11 here. His score is greater than or equal to 9 here. What can be the minimum difference between his scores in QA, DI and VRC? We want to keep this difference as minimum. We want the difference between these two is minimum. Now total score has to be less than equal to 39. He has already scored 14 here. So can I say QA plus DI together? His score in these two areas should be less than or equal to 25, that is 39 minus 14, right? His overall score should be less than equal to 39, right? And 14 he has already scored in DM. So 39 minus 14, his score in these two sections should be less than or equal to 25. Moreover, these two scores should be greater than equal to 11 and 9. Plus, we want to minimize the difference between them. To take minimum difference between them, can't I take them 12 and 12? Of course, they both would be greater than 11 and 9. They both are satisfying that condition, right? दोनों 11 और 9 से तो बड़े ही आ रहे हैं. They are satisfying that condition. 11 और 9 से बड़े हैं and minimum difference उनके बीच का चाहिए. 12 और 12 के बीच का. What is the minimum possible difference between them? It is 0. So therefore, my answer for this question should be option D. That is equal to 0. All the people who are saying A as the answer, they are probably thinking कि शायद 25 है तो एक में 13 एक में 12 लेना पड़ेगा तो 1 का डिफरेंस आएगा. बट ध्यान दीजिए, it was maximum 25. 25 से कम भी तो मैं ले सकता था, and if I take it as less than 25, of course I can take them as 24 as well. Taking them 12 and 12 will give me the answer as 0. Now you will see in this question, isn't it a very easy question? But still, if you look at your chat box, most of you have given the wrong answer to the question. Only Just and Tech Byte and Pooja Yashashvi, they have given the right answer. Otherwise, Ayan, Aryan, श्रीकर, बवंदला, गुरु प्रसाद, टेक बाइट, यशस्वी, अच्छा इन्होंने पहले गलत आंसर दिया था, बल्कि रामाकृष्णा, सत्यांशु, आर्यन, सिर्फ जस ने और मेरे ख्याल से पूजा ने ही सही आंसर दिया. बाकी टेक बाइट और यशस्वी भी पहले गलत कर चुके थे. इवन आफ्टर बीइंग सच एन इजी क्वेश्चन, स्टिल पीपल हैव मार्क्ड इट रॉन्ग, राइट? इट्स अ कॉमन थिंग ऑफ Z. ऐसा करते ही करते Z, ये होता ही है ऐसा Z में. Okay, so the answer for this first question was D. Let's see what do you do in the second question. Try to answer correct this time in question number 2. This is the question and here is the question along with the data. Please try to answer it. Yes, Srikar. So that's what the question said, that the total has to be maximum 3 above the cutoff score. That means it has to be maximum 39. He did not say it has to be exactly 39. So therefore I can take it as 24. Ramakrishnan, whatever I mean you did, what mistake you made, I think almost everyone made the same mistake. Pulkit says, sir, I got 97.5 in CAT, 95 plus percentile in all sections. What are my chances for IIM A, B, C? My profile is 10, 10, 7, general male engineer. Okay, the chances are less, Pulkit, because of being a GEM category student. TechByte has got the answer as A. Bhavandla Lokesh has got the answer as A. Sir, I scored 90 percentile, female OBC, non-engineer. Can I expect calls from A, B, C? There are chances, Sanya. I mean, it depends upon other things as well, though. Amit Shaw got A, Gaurav Kumar got A, Swati got B, Just Rain has got A, Swati has got A, Aryan has got A. चलिए देखते हैं इस बार क्या आंसर आता है. So Mehnati gets an overall score of 34 and her score is 1 less than the cutoff score and 1 more than the cutoff scores in the sections where her scores are missing. What can be the maximum difference between her scores in any two individual sections where her scores are missing? So I see that Priyanshi, Nandini, Pooja, Ramakrishnan, they all have got A. Looks like A is the correct answer then. So Mehnati के बारे में बात हो रही है. Got a total score of 34, out of which 14 is already there in DM. So in the other two sections, it has to be 20. And Mehnati got 1 more than the cutoff score in one of the sections and 1 less than the cutoff score in one of the sections. So if Mehnati got 1 less over here, that is 10 over here, then 1 more over here, that is 10 over here, or 1 more over here, that is 12, 1 less over here, that is 8. So either her scores are 10, 14 and 10, or her scores are 12, 14 and 8. What is the question asking you? Maximum difference between her scores in any two individual sections where her scores are missing. That means in these two. In these two, the difference is 4 here. In these two, the difference is 0 here. So it is maximum 4 in this case. So therefore, my answer is going to be option A, that is equal to 4. So 4 is the correct answer for this particular question. Once again, an easy question, and this time, fortunately, everyone has given the right answer. Srikar, Yashasvi, Smruti, Jayadev, everyone has given the right answer for this question. I'll move on to the third question now. Let's see how many of you answer question number 3 correctly. Here is question number 3 for all of you on your screen now. So let me write it here. No, Gaurav Kumar, these are new questions for all of you. These are not from previous year papers of XAT, but yes, they are formed exactly on the pattern of XAT exam itself. Oh, yes, fortunately, Nandini, because in the previous question we saw most of the answers were wrong. Okay, Just Rain has got B as the answer for this question. TechBite has got B as the answer. Gaurav Kumar has got the answer as B. Nandini Bhagwat has got B. Ayan Garg has got B. चलिए देखते हैं क्या आंसर आता है. Satyaanshu got B, Swati got B, Bhavanta Lokesh got B. Once again, everyone is saying B. Looks like B is the correct answer then. Amit Shaw says A. Priyanshi Madan has got B. चलिए देखते हैं. If Layak can score at most 50% marks more than the cutoff score in any section, he still scores 5/6 of the overall cutoff score. What can be the maximum marks scored by Layak in any of the sections? चलिए एक बार चेक करते हैं. Layak can score at most 50% more than the cutoff score in any section. So here is Layak. So 50% more than the cutoff score here is 16.5. 50% more than the cutoff score here is 15. 50% more than the cutoff score here is 13.5. So he can score at most 50% more than cutoff score in any section. These are the maximum scores that Layak can score. He has already got 7 over here. So this does not make any difference, right? This is useless for us. So maximum 15 or 13.5 he can score over here. He still scores 5/6 of overall cutoff score. So overall cutoff score is 36. That means he scores 30 score over here. Okay, he has scored 30 score over here. That is 30%, 5/6 of that. What can be the minimum mark scored by Layak in any of these sections? So he's got 7 score over here. Total score is 30. These two sections they add up to 23. If these two sections add up to 23, he can score 15 over here and 8 over here. He can score 14 over here and 9 over here. He can score, let's say, 13 over here and 10 over here. He can score 12 over here, 11 over here. He can score 11 over here and 12 over here. He can score 10 over here and 13. These are all the possibilities of scores in these two sections. What can be the minimum mark scored by Layak in any of the sections? So minimum mark scored by in any of the sections would automatically be 7 only, because in QADI he has scored 7 score. So the minimum score that he can have is 7 only. So therefore my answer for this question is 7, and my laptop is once again have started behaving improperly. इसकी पुरानी आदत है, इस टाइम पे नखरे करता ही करता है. So I assume that you have got the solution now. ठीक है, वो सब तो लिखा हुआ तो यहां से चला ही गया है, but I'm sure you got the point. So 7 is the right answer for these questions, because in all other parts you saw that score was never less than 7. So the minimum possible score was only there in this particular section. So therefore, the answer is equal to 7. So this time, once again, I saw everyone has given the answer as B. B is the correct answer. That was the first set. Pretty easy for all of you. I'm pretty sure about this. We'll move on to the second set now, that is practice set 2. So please read the data once. After that, we will move ahead from here as well. आस्क बायजूस टू प्रोवाइड बेटर लैपटॉप. ठीक है, आज ही करता हूं बात. मैं बोल देता हूं जयदेव ने कहा है, सो प्लीज प्रोवाइड ए बेटर लैपटॉप. द लैपटॉप इज क्वाइट गुड बट आई डोंट नो समटाइम्स इट बिहेव्स इम्प्रॉपरली. चलता है ठीक तो चलता रहता है. I'm sure all of you have read it. The bar graph on the next slide shows the GDP of 10 states of India that have highest GDP among all states of the country. And the states are these. They have been coded using the alphabets from A to J. He did not say respectively. Please keep that in mind. Okay. He did not say respectively. So they are from A to J in any order. The order is not mentioned. Okay. Let's move on. So this is the data with you. The GDP in billions is given on the y-axis. The state code is given on the x-axis. We don't know which state represents what. After that, there is some more information. So please take a screenshot of this if you can. Take a screenshot of this. And then there is more information. These are the additional informations given to us. So on the basis of these, you have to figure out that which code belongs to which state. Which code belongs to which state. So what I have done, of course, I have written all this information on one single page along with the data. So I put up this all on one page now. Okay. So first of all, let's try to figure out that what does this bar graph tell you so that we don't have to look at it again and again. So I'll just look at this and I write all those figures in one single table. For example, if I talk about state code A, so there here GDP is 200, 210, 220, 230. It is $230 billion. When I talk about state B, it is 350, 60, 70, it is $370 billion. When I talk about C, it is $300 billion. So I think I can write down all these values pretty easily. It was clearly mentioned on the previous page that all values are either a multiple of 5 or 10. So sometimes they are multiple of 5. Here, as you can see, it's a multiple of 5, right? Here it is a multiple of 5 or in the last one, which one? Yes, in the last one, not here. Here it is a multiple of 5. So in some points it's a multiple of 5, at some points it's a multiple of 10. So I can at least write down all of them in one single table, and after that I can use that information which is given to us and according to which we can move ahead, right? So I've already done that and I've written them all on one single page now. This is all the data which is given to us. This is the table I have formed. Now I am giving you some 3-4 minutes to use this data and figure out that what is the state code for the given state and what are the rank of their GDPs. So please do that for 3-4 minutes, and after that we will be doing it together. Now all the data is there in front of you, all the 5 informations, right, along with the GDPs which are given over there, and you have to figure out the code of these. So please use it for 3-4 minutes, try to do it, right? Then we shall start doing it together. So just have to figure out Karnataka is A, B, C, D or what, Maharashtra is A, B, C, D or what, and that ways about others as well. We have to figure out which state has which code. Of course, all the questions would be answered on that basis only. All questions would be asking you about that only. 3 questions on one data set as it always has been in XAT. Okay, I'm sure all of you must have tried it now. So let's start doing it together. Okay. See, the GDP in billion US dollars of each state as shown in the bar graph is a multiple of 5. So we have already used that. The sum of the GDPs of Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan is equal to that of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana taken together. Now this will make a lot of cases. Madhya Pradesh plus Rajasthan. So basically, there are 10 numbers in front of me, and 2 of these numbers add up to the same as 2 some other numbers. There are so many cases, it is difficult to figure that out. Forget about it. GDPs of Tamil Nadu, Uttar Pradesh, and West Bengal in that order, and the GDPs of Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, and Maharashtra in that order, they are both in AP series. So there are 3 numbers which are in AP series, 3 more numbers which are in AP series. That too looks difficult to me at initial stage to figure out that okay, which 3 numbers can be in AP series. Possibly there are only 2 cases, हो सकता है और कुछ बन ही ना रहा हो. मुझे अभी देखने में थोड़ा सा वो मुश्किल लग रहा है कि एक एक करके चेक करना, it will take a lot of time. I'll better move ahead first. The GDP of Gujarat is equal to that of Karnataka. So are there 2 numbers which are equal? I see that 230 is equal to 230. Is there any other 2 numbers which are equal? No. So that straight away tells me that the GDP of Gujarat is 230 and Karnataka is also 230. So one of them is A and the other one is F. This is very clear that one of them is A and the other one is F. So this A and F are figured out, that one is A, one is F. उतना काम हमारा हो गया. Next, the GDPs of Telangana and Rajasthan are multiples of 5 but not a multiple of 10. Multiples of 5 and but not a multiple of 10 are these two only. So once again I know that Telangana and Rajasthan, they are E or J. Telangana and Rajasthan, they are E or J. Now they are either 135 or 145. That we don't know which one is 135, which one is 145. Currently I can't use that. So अभी के लिए मैं इसको भी छोड़ देता हूं यहां से because we don't know about it. Now this statement has been used. This statement has been used. Now, do we have anything about Gujarat, Karnataka, Telangana, Rajasthan? कहीं हम लोगों को दिख रहा है ये? If I go to this statement, the sum of the GDP of Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan is equal to Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. Madhya Pradesh plus Rajasthan is equal to Andhra Pradesh plus Telangana. If this is 135, then this is 145. If this is 145, then this is 135. Basically, Rajasthan and Telangana differ by 10. So can I say Madhya Pradesh and Andhra Pradesh, they will also differ by 10? MP and AP, they will also differ by 10. Among all those numbers, which are the two numbers that differ by 10? If you look at all the numbers, you see only two numbers that differ by 10. They are 140 and 130. Isn't it, guys? 140 and 130 are the only two numbers that differ by 10. So therefore, I can say when this is 135, this would be 140 and this would be 130. And when this is 145, this would be 130 and this would be 140. So basically, according to that, there are only two cases that can be formed, right? There are only two cases that can be formed. That is, I can say when this Telangana is equal to 145 and Rajasthan is equal to 135, at that moment Andhra Pradesh is equal to 130 and Madhya Pradesh is equal to 140. This is one of the scenarios. What is the other scenario? The other scenario is when Telangana is equal to 135 and Rajasthan is equal to 145. At that moment, this would be 130 and this would be 140. All others would remain the same. That means this would be equal to 230. This would be equal to 230. बाकी सभी कहानियां same रहेंगी. And one of them would be D and one of them would be equal to G. So these are D and G only. They also have been used. I'm sure you are getting my point here. Okay. Now only four numbers are remaining. And these four numbers, of course, are to be used according to statement number 3 because this also is remaining till now. ये तो हमने use ही नहीं किया है. So let's use statement number 3. The GDP of Tamil Nadu, Uttar Pradesh and West Bengal, they are in AP series. Now Tamil Nadu, Uttar Pradesh and West Bengal, out of these, which one do I know? I know neither Tamil Nadu nor Uttar Pradesh nor West Bengal, right? Now, but they are among these four numbers only, 370, 300, 240, 180. Out of these four numbers, which three numbers do you see they are in AP series, right? So I see that 300, 240 and 180, they are in AP series. Only 300, 240 and 180 are in AP series. So therefore, Tamil Nadu must be 300, right? And Uttar Pradesh 240, West Bengal 180, but I don't know whether it is increasing AP or decreasing AP. So currently I can't say that. Currently, let's forget about it. But yes, they are either 300, 240, 180 or 180, 240, 300. One of these two. GDPs of Karnataka, which is already known as 230. Tamil Nadu and Maharashtra, they are also in AP series. And Maharashtra, we don't know. Tamil Nadu, we don't know. They are also among these three numbers. Now, when Karnataka is 230, if Tamil Nadu is 300, then Maharashtra should be 370, which is possible. But if Tamil Nadu is, let us say, smaller, that is 180, in that case, Maharashtra has to be further smaller. That's not possible. So the only scenario that is possible that Tamil Nadu is 300, Maharashtra is 370, right? So 230, 300 and 370, they are in AP series. And then according to this, if Tamil Nadu is 300, Uttar Pradesh should be 240, West Bengal should be 180. And this gives me a total of two cases that can be formed. That is 230 के साथ में 180 लेता तो 130 बनता. 130 was not available with us, right? Maharashtra could not be 130 because it was not available. It has already been taken by others. So the only other possibility for us which was remaining, it was Tamil Nadu has to be 300. The moment I get to know Tamil Nadu is 300, Uttar Pradesh and West Bengal become 240 and 180, right? And similarly, then Karnataka and Maharashtra, they become 230 and 370. And this makes us a total of two cases. Once these two cases are formed, of course you can write the rank by GDP as well, right? उसमें मुझे नहीं लगता मुझे आप लोगों को बताने की जरूरत पड़ेगी कि क्या रैंक बनेगी. For example, if I talk about this here, let's talk about this second case. In the second case, who is having the first rank? The first rank is of Maharashtra, it is 370. Second rank is of Tamil Nadu, it is 300. Third rank is of Karnataka and Gujarat combined. नहीं, Uttar Pradesh 240. फोर्थ रैंक इज कर्नाटका एंड दिस कंबाइंड, इन दोनों का रैंक फोर्थ हो जाएगा. आफ्टर दैट फिफ्थ रैंक इज ऑफ 180, सिक्स्थ रैंक इज ऑफ 145, सेवंथ इज ऑफ 140, एट्थ इज फॉर 135, नाइन्थ इज फॉर 130 एंड दैट वेज वी गेट दी रैंक्स. आई थिंक 4 के बाद 6 आना था, 4 के बाद 6, ये बन जाएगा 7, ये बन जाएगा 8, ये बन जाएगा 9 और ये बन जाएगा 10. Similarly, we can rank them in the first case as well. Two cases are formed and now we can answer the questions pretty easily. I have already written the final structure over here as you can see, right? So here this is fixed, only for the other numbers it has been changed the way we have written. लेकिन इन दोनों का रैंक यहाँ पे 4 आ गया, 4 के बाद straight away we have 6, there is no rank 5. Similarly here दोनों का रैंक यहाँ पे 4 है, after that there is a rank of 6, there is no rank 5. This is generally how people are ranked or numbers are ranked. अगर दो नंबर सेम आ जाए तो दोनों को सेम रैंक देके उससे नेक्स्ट नंबर नेक्स्ट को दिया जाता है. 3 सेम आ जाए तो तीनों को सेम नंबर दे दिया जाता है. दिस इज हाउ वी रैंक देम. ओके, नाउ for how many states can the state codes be uniquely determined based on the given information? So here I can say uniquely अगर मैं determine कर पा रहा हूं, that is for Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu. Apart from that, we can uniquely determine for Uttar Pradesh and West Bengal. These are the only 4 states for which it can be uniquely determined based on the given information. So my answer would be option E, that is equal to 4. Look at second question now. What is the state code of Madhya Pradesh? तो मध्य प्रदेश का अगर आप स्टेट कोड देख रहे हो, एक्चुअली इट कैन नॉट बी यूनिकली डिटरमाइंड. इट कैन बी डी इन दिस केस, इट कैन बी जी इन दिस केस. सो माय आंसर वुड बी ईदर डी और जी. दैट इज ऑप्शन डी, which is the correct answer for us. And finally, he is saying the states are ranked. The state with the highest GDP being ranked 1 according to GDP. In case any two states have equal GDP, they are awarded the same rank and hence the subsequent rank is skipped before awarding the rank of the next state in order of GDP. Generally, it is done like that only, but they have made it more clear. What will be the rank of West Bengal? So here when I see the rank of West Bengal in both of the cases, it has become 6. So my answer would become 6, that is option B. These were the 3 questions based upon this data set. I'm sure you would have understood it. Okay. So of course after doing the sets तो वैसे वो हमेशा आसान ही लगते हैं, but even before doing you would see that this question was not very difficult. Given जो हमारे पास data था, according to that we could have easily made the data and we could have easily done it. That was set number 2 for all of you. Now we'll move on to the third set. We'll be doing 3 sets today and here is the third set. Please read the data once. After that we'll move ahead with this one as well. एक बार प्लीज पढ़ लीजिए. प्रीवियस ईयर ऑफिशियल आंसर की रिलीज करता है कि एक्सेलआरआई हर साल करता है गौरव कुमार? ओके सानिया, यू कैन सी द क्वेश्चंस लेटर ऑन एज वेल. आई जस्ट सॉ योर मैसेज, आई हैव ऑलरेडी मूव्ड ऑन. तो उसमें रिकॉर्डेड में भी दिख जाएगा आराम से. Do they tend to give factually correct info in data sets? Not necessarily, Yashasvi, but generally if they use some original names of brands or all, so generally in those cases they take factual data. For example, if you are talking about Maruti, so in that case they will be giving you actual data of Maruti Industries. But suppose Maruti को वो नारुति कर दें या पारुति कर दें, तो फिर वो कुछ भी डेटा दे देंगे by giving some imaginary name to the company. So here the data is telling about the ABC manufacturing company produces a product which has a 5-month demand cycle. The line graph given below shows the monthly demand in units and working days per month. Okay, Srikar, 5 was skipped because there were 2 people at 4th position, right? Suppose in a class I am ranked 1, someone is ranked 2, someone is ranked 3, then there are 2 students after that ranked 3. अब उनमें से एक 4 एक 5 तो हो नहीं सकता, right? So both of them will be ranked 4, but when the next guy comes, there are 5 people above that guy. So उसके बाद जो आएगा he would be ranked 6, not 5th. Rank आपका ये बताता है कि आपसे ऊपर कितने लोग हैं. If my rank is 6, that means 5 people are above me, right? But if two people have the same number of people above them, so they both would be ranked the same, but next number would be skipped to give the rank to the next guy. I'm sure all of you have seen the data. I'll move ahead then. Please read this data again, which is given on your screen. Of course, we'll be having that graph later on as well to use it while doing the questions. Yes, Srikar, that's correct. If there are X number of people above you, your rank would be X plus 1. So originally he was giving you the demand and the working days in a month. And now he's telling you more about the data. The company retains a safety stock of 15% of the monthly demand, and each month's safety stock becomes the opening stock. Gaurav says, I have solved some DM questions. I'm getting different answers from different sources. Where to get the official answer key? Got the questions from their official website. Where I get the answer key. Generally, the answer key would also be given there only, Gaurav Kumar, because XAT always releases the candidate response sheet in which they also give you the actual answers along with the answers given by you. So those official answers are released by them every year. So you can definitely find them somewhere on internet. The production requirement of a particular month is the amount of stock that must be produced for the month. That means to meet the demand, to have the safety stock as well. Production of each unit requires 15 labor hours and the company works for 9 hours per day. The opening stock for January is 60 units. Satyansh can't say much about this college. I have not, researched much about it. After how many days of exam, answer keys are released? Generally within a week. It might be done after 2 days as well. It might be done after 10 days as well. Okay, so I'm writing all this data now on this one single page. First of all, just take out the data from here and fill it up in the table. What is the demand in January? I know it is 400. Working days are 20. Demand in February is 500. Working days are 18. Similarly, then it is 323 and so on and so forth, so that we don't have to look into the graph again and again, right? After that, once this table is complete, I've written all this data over here. This table is here. I have made another table now here. What does this table tell you? It is telling you about the opening stock, right? There is an opening stock every month. The demand, the reserve, basically the safety stock that he's saying that has to be kept for the next month's opening stock. Production requirement. Now, what is the production requirement? You have some opening stock. So there is some stock already available with you. There is a certain demand, and then there is something to be kept in reserve. So you have a demand, you need to keep something in reserve as well, and the opening stock which is there, so that has to be subtracted. That becomes the production requirement. Suppose I have 10 articles already, but there is a demand of 50 and I have to keep 20 in reserve. So 50 is demand, 20 is to be kept in reserve. I need 70, but 10 is already available through the opening stock. So what is my production requirement? 70 minus that 10, that is 60, which is what I have to write here. So if I talk about January month, opening stock is already given to us as 60. The demand is over here, which is 400. What is to be kept in reserve? That is a safety stock of 15%, that is 60. So what will be my production requirement now? 400 is demand, 60 is to be kept in reserve, 460 minus the opening stock of 60. So 400 is the production requirement and the working days are given as 20. Similarly, in February month, opening stock would be the same 60. This 60 would become the opening stock of the next month. The demand is 500 and now we need 15% of 500, that is 75 as a reserve. So therefore, what is my production requirement? 500 plus 75, 575 minus 60, that is giving me 485 as the production requirement and the total number of working days are equal to 18. This 75 becomes the opening stock of the next month. This is already written. Each month safety stock becomes the opening stock for the next month. So 75, the demand in the next month is 300. 15% of 300 is 45 is to be kept in reserve or the safety stock. So what is the requirement? 345 minus 75, that is 270, and we have 23 working days now. Once again, this 45 would come ahead. 200 is the demand over here. I'm sorry, guys. 200 is the demand. Just a second. 200 is the demand over here. So 45 is the opening stock, 200 is the demand. And after that, what is to be kept in reserve? 15% of that, which is 30. 230 minus 45, 185 is the production requirement. Working days are 21. And lastly, this 30 becomes the opening stock. 260 is the demand. 15% of 260, 39 is to be kept in reserve. So 260 plus 39, 299 minus 30, 269 is the production requirement and working days are 20. Once this table is there with us, we can easily do the question pretty fast enough. आप बताइए जरा मेरी बात ही आप सबको समझ में आ गई है? Sir, what are your thoughts after how many? Okay, 515, 515. Oh, yes, you are right. वो वहां पे 515 आना है 485 की जगह. Absolutely right, guys. Sorry. 575 minus 60 is 515. मैंने 560 minus 75 कर दिया. Yes. Thank you, everyone. So once this table is there with us, I have already written this table completely over here. After that, we just have to answer the questions on the basis of this. So you have to answer the questions now. The table is there with you. Please answer this first question. What is the maximum difference between the production requirements for any 2 months? Maximum difference between production requirements of any 2 months. Maximum difference between the production requirement for any 2 months. As you can see, production requirements are 400, 515, 270, 185 and 269. The maximum difference between two of them. Yashashvi has answered D, Gaurav has answered D, Bhavandla has answered D, Ramkrishnan has answered D, Nandini answered D. Looks like D is the correct answer. Then highest is 515, lowest is 185. The maximum difference is 515 minus 185. When you solve it, it gives you D 330 as the correct answer. That's absolutely fine. 330 is the right answer. सभी लोगों ने सही आंसर किया इस क्वेश्चन का. Absolutely correct. Next question. If a constant workforce of 18 laborers is retained, for how much time do laborers do overtime or sit idle in April? This is a slightly difficult question. Let me see how many of you answer this correctly. It was already given to us that each working day is of 9 hours and each product requires 15 hours. तो जरा इसके बेसिस पे आंसर बताइए. A working day is of 9 hours, each product requires 15 hours. So what is the answer according to you for this particular question? Any answers, guys? Saurav has given the answer as C. TechBite has given the answer as C. Guru Prasad says B. Nandini Bhagwat got C. चलिए एक बार देखते हैं क्या आंसर आता है. सत्यांश has got C. चेक करते हैं. So it says 18 laborers are retained. Then for how much time do laborers do overtime or they sit idle in April? When I talk about April month, there are 185 production requirement and each product needs 15 hours. So can I say 15 into 185 is the total requirement? 15 5s are 75, 7 is the carryover, 120 plus 7, 127, 12. 15 ones are 15 plus 12 is 27. So these many hours are needed. But we have 18 laborers for all 21 days. Each laborer is working 9 hours a day. So how many hours basically they can work? 18 into 21 into 9. So what is that? It is 18 into 189. 18 nines are 162, 16, 144 plus 16 is 160, 16. 18 ones are 18 plus 16 is 34. So they can work for 3402 hours, but they just have to work for 2775 hours. So ultimately they would be sitting idle for some time. और वो कितने time के लिए? If I subtract it, it is 225 plus 402, that is 627 hours are there for which they will sit idle. So my answer would be option C कि इतने hours के लिए वो खाली बैठ जाएंगे. They don't have to do basically the extra work over here because they just need a work of 2775 hours. बट उनको करना कितनी देर का है? तो उसके सॉरी कर कितनी देर सकते हैं? 3402, subtract that, and that is the time for which they would be sitting idle. So the answer for this question is option C. And lastly, third question, what is the opening stock for May? That's pretty simple. ठीक है, अब तो देख के पता ही लग रहा है that opening stock for May is 30. So therefore my answer is going to be 30. Okay, opening stock for May is 30. That was the third one, and that was the last question of the day. I'm sure you all understood it, guys. These were the three sets for today. DI has been pretty on the easier side in Z. It's not very difficult, so you guys must have some confidence before going into DI, and this is a scoring section as well. Now, if any one of you is preparing for CAT, of course, CAT 2023, we are running a comprehensive program for that. All that is written on the screen is available in that. So you know all the faculty members who are teaching for CAT 2023. You can see them on our YouTube channel as well. Apart from that, you also get a learning tablet, live classes, lots of practice tests and recorded lectures. A lot many things are there which can help you. Therefore we call it a comprehensive program, and these are the upcoming sessions of this last lab series. Tomorrow you have a session with Srinivas sir for decision making. Then Gautam Baba sir will be there with a session on 10 days to Z about the strategy. Naveen sir would be there for numbers and geometry. Savitri ma'am would be there for writing essays in Z, and Vikrant sir would be there for critical reasoning every day at 7 p.m. starting today till 31st of December. We all would be there with you. Okay, and do join us on the Z day as well. We'll be bringing you the live analysis for the exam just after the exam. We ourselves are appearing for it. I'm very sure we'll be having a detailed discussion not only about the exam but about the questions as well. What can be the right answers? Probably you'll get a lot of idea कि आपके कितने सही और कितने गलत answers हैं. We are also there on all these media handles, guys. That's all from my side. I'm sure you liked the session. If you liked it, please do press the like button as well. That's all from my side. Very good night to all of you guys. So, Gaurav, KJ Somaya is tier 1 or tier 2? I would keep it in tier 2. XIMB SOP, what to write, sir? Oh, I can't answer it here. We'll be having sessions on that how to write the SOP. Probably you can watch it there, Srikar. Do you know how is Delhi School of Economics? It is a decent college, especially because of the ROI. Okay. Are previous year questions sufficient for DI practice for Z? Not sufficient. More you practice, better you would be at it. Simple सी बात है. Z दे रहा हूँ सत्यांशु, मैं भी दे रहा हूँ, तो मिलूंगा आपको एनालिसिस वाले दिन पे मिलेंगे. ठीक है. Okay. Good night, everyone. See you soon. That's all from my side. Bye bye. Tada. Take care.